being killed. All the people designed to get them back on script are being stoned. So what does God do? God has the entire stage torn down. The entire temple was destroyed. The entire stage was... And for 70 years, the entire play was suspended. But then there was repentance and introspection and turning to God, and we'll follow you now. And so he said, okay, go back and rebuild the stage and start... And there's the script. Start following the script. And they got so off script again that when the one whom all of the symbols point to came and walked on stage, which he did, he walked right up onto the temple, they hated him and they killed him. And so, AD 70, the stage was torn down again, because they're so far off script. So, from one of the founders of the Adventist Church, she wrote the following, Patriarchs and Prophets 364. If man had kept the law of God as given to Adam after his fall, preserved by Noah, and observed by Abraham, there would have been no necessity for the ordinance of circumcision. And if the descendants of Abraham had kept the covenant of which circumcision was a sign, notice, circumcision was a sign. What was it the sign of? Read all the New Testament. Of cutting away from the heart the attachments to selfish and worldly things, and attaching our hearts to godly things. It's a circumcision of the heart that the New Testament talks about. And if the descendants had kept that covenant, their hearts loyal and faithful to God and his methods, of which circumcision was a sign, they would have never been seduced into idolatry, nor would it have been necessary for them to suffer a life of bondage in Egypt. They would have kept God's law in mind, and there would have been no necessity for it to be proclaimed from Sinai or engraved upon tables of stone. And had the people practiced the principles of the Ten Commandments, there would have been no need of the additional directions given to Moses. What were the additional directions? The Levitical law. All of these additional directions, from the sacrifices given to Adam after his fall, to circumcision, to the Ten Commandments, to the Levitical law, all of these things were added after sin. They were given because of humanity's sick heart and mind as tools to help us understand our condition and lead us back to our Creator for healing and restoration. Another online listener emailed me this week with this quote from Ellen White out of Patriarchs and Prophets, page 68. The sacrificial offerings were ordained by God to be to man a perpetual reminder and a penitential acknowledgement of his sin, and a confession of his faith in a promised Redeemer. They were intended to